morning mindset and motivation. So excited to be here. It's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Appreciate it. Today, I want to talk about, I feel, an incredibly important topic. We're going to be talking about developing a strong vision. It's so important to have a strong vision in our life, especially this day and age when there's so much distraction. There's so many things that can pull us away from who we want to be in life and what we want to do, really. So I want us to think about that. I love this quote right here. It says, if you can't find any joy in life, you may have a vision problem. And I want us to really think about that because so often what we do, the distractions of life, it's incredible. And if we don't have a vision for the key areas of our life, we don't know, we don't have clarity. They say in the Bible, a man without vision perishes, and it's, I think, incredibly true. So we have to be aware of that. We have to develop a strong vision for your life. So what I want to do in this short little live video is to go through that of why we need to have a vision and how we can begin to develop that in our life. One of the big things that is important is, a man without a vision for his future always returns to his past. And it's very interesting. One of the things with vision, it keeps us kind of moving forward, but the return to his past thing is a big thing as well, especially for men, because I don't know if men, women as well, but there's certain things, hopefully if we're growing and we're developing and we're moving forward, if we don't have a vision, okay, we return back to maybe bad habits, things in our life that have kind of held us back. But so that's where we really kind of need to have that vision that pulls us forward. It's going to be incredibly, incredibly important. I love this. It says, having a vision for your life allows you to live out of hope rather than out of your fears. And again, that's one of the important things of having a strong vision for our life, because so often what we do, if we don't, it is going to pull us back to those fears. We need to understand who we want to be. And we're going to talk about that a little bit, really who we want to be in the most important areas of our life. So having a vision is incredibly, incredibly important. And when we talk about that, when there's hope for the future, there's power in the present. I love that by John Maxwell. That's so incredibly important to have that, because, life is hard. Life is challenging. We talked about this before, that it's almost like we have to go against the negative pull of life. It wants to take us, downstream. It just wants to move us and flow. And all those distractions that we have these days, all the negative influences that we have, if we don't have a strong vision to kind of keep us going forward in who we want to be, we're not going to have much power, right? It's just going to take us, and we don't want to be that. I love what Jim Rohn, ROHN, talked about. It's almost like, he talks about the setting of the sail is important, right? You have to have your sail set, because the winds of life, the challenges, the different things are going to blow us around. It's going to be impactful, but it's that individual that has his set sail, that knows exactly where it is that he's wanting to go. So what he does is, with that vision, he uses those challenges, he uses the wind to pursue and move towards the person that he is trying to be, or is the goals that he has, the vision that he set for his life. Another example, it's like if you, you're in a parking lot and you see like a styrofoam cup, or like a piece of trash, right? The wind blows and it just kind of this way, and then it goes that way and this way and that way. And eventually what happens is kind of the trash ends up like in a corner of the parking lot, like this little corner. And you can think about it in a certain sense, those may be the people that don't have the strong vision in their life, right? They just kind of end up in a group, and they end up over here, doing their thing, whatever that may be, social media, I don't know, just kind of in that herd, right? And we want to be pursuing and moving towards something. So, why have a vision? Let's talk about, gosh, how many things do we have here? 4 things. Why have a vision? Number one, it pulls us through. Like I said, life is not easy. Life is hard, and we need that vision. We need that in our life to move us forward. Like I said, John Maxwell talks about when there's power, when you have vision, then you have that power. When we have clarity, clarity equals power. So when we have that vision, it's going to pull us through when life gets hard. I mean, if you have kids in your business, whatever it may be, different challenges in our health, we need to be able to see ourselves or what we're trying to achieve, what we're trying to do. And when we have that, okay, it's able to pull us through the challenges of life. The second thing is it keeps us on track. Listen, there are so many different distractions out there. And if we don't have a strong vision for who we want to be spiritually, very quickly we can maybe find ourselves not picking up the Bible. We can very easily see ourselves not spending time in prayer and meditation. It could be in our marriage, right? If we don't have a strong vision for our marriage, our relationships, very soon, we haven't gone on a date in 3 months. We haven't gone on a date in 6 months, right? So, but if we have a strong vision for who and how we want to show up in our marriage, it keeps us on track. We're aware of what it is that we're trying to achieve, and we're more likely to do the activities than to get that done. So keeping us on track is huge. Number 3 is it creates creativity. If we have a strong vision, if we have something that we're trying to achieve, a great example, if you want to be an amazing husband, let's say your spouse likes gifts, that's her love language, she likes gifts. Well, you have to be creative in the gifts, right? If you want them to be impactful, you may have to come up with little gift certificates. I like to do that. I like to print these little gift certificates and write, this gift certificate is good for, a day at the spa, or this gift certificate is good for, and blank, blank, blank. You leave it where they can fill it in. You have to be creative if you want to be good at it, right? There may be some creativity if you're trying to achieve something in your business, in your career, right? You're going to have to, if you have a strong vision of what you're trying to achieve, you have to be creative in how that's going to be done. You have to use your mind, you have to grow, you have to learn. I mean, this thing that I'm doing right now with you, these morning mindset and motivations, I'm trying to be creative, right? I'm trying to bring something of value. I have to be creative in doing that. So that's one of the great things of having a strong vision, is it does create creativity in us, which if we are needing to be creative, what do we also have to do then to do that? We have to learn, we have to grow, we have to get better. So it's very, very powerful, which leads us to our next one. Having a strong vision does create power. And that's important, right? Because listen, life is challenging. Life is hard. Relationships are hard. Parenting is hard. But there's beauty in that struggle if we have a strong vision. And that vision gives us the power to do the things that we need to do. I mean, if we don't have any clear idea of what we're trying to achieve and who we're trying to be in those most important areas, what happens is those distractions just take us, right? We kind of, sometimes we don't know what to do, and without that vision, then we're not clear, we don't have the power, and then we just kind of like, we don't feel that great, and then we go to things like social media, or we go to things that are completely against who we want to be. And what happens is that goes then into a continual cycle. And then we do stuff we don't want to do, and then we feel bad about it. So then we go back to the things that we didn't want to do just to feel better, to numb the pain, to whatever, because we don't have a strong vision. We don't have clarity on who it is that we want to be. So I really want you to think about that. Those things are incredibly important to develop a strong vision in those areas of your life. And one of the things that I kind of train on, that I work on, is helping people develop a strong vision for the most important areas of your life. I think it's incredibly important to identify what the most important areas of your life are. It's very much like if you're going down a highway and let's say like a dually truck, or a car, and one of the tires was completely out, completely empty. The other one was maybe running on a rim. And you would just be going down the road if you could progress down the road at not a good pace, you'd be kind of all over the place. And that's very much how I feel not having a vision for those key areas of your life matter. It's like those tires are each key areas, right? Our spirituality, our relationships, whether that's in marriage and parenting, our health, our business, all those things matter. And if they're not, I feel we don't have a strong vision and we're not doing the things that we need to do in those key areas, what's going to happen is those areas, we're going to have issues. We're going to have problems with those. And I know the idea of compartmentalizing things, right? Well, if you're at work, leave, home at home. And when you're at home, leave work at work. But it's very hard to do that. And life is hard enough. We don't want to always be like, oh, that area is really sucky, but this is okay, so I'm going to forget about that area. It's much better to have a strong vision for your spirituality. What do you want that to look like? What do you want to feel? Your marriage, how do you want to show up as a husband? How do you want to show up as a wife? How do you want to be as a father, so you can have those relationships? Your health. What does your health look like? What's the vision for you in your health, in your vitality? Having a strong vision, having a goal for your business, your career, whatever it may be, that's important. Often we do that, right? We do that for vision, for our careers. We have goals, we have things that we're trying to achieve. But unfortunately, we don't do that enough, I feel, in all areas of our life. So that's one of the things that I coach on. I help men do it incredibly quick, in under 2 hours. Really get serious about who it is that you want to be in a year from now, 5 years from now. If you were to look back over your life, what do you need to see happen? What do you need to see happen spiritually? What do you need to see happen in your marriage? What do you need to see happen in you as a father, in your career, your business? It's incredibly important to understand that, to have that vision for your life. And like we said in the beginning, if you can't find any joy in life, if you can't find any passion and purpose, it may be because you have a vision problem. So understand that vision, having that clarity is huge in our life. So hopefully this gave you some value. Look through it, understand that. The big thing that I would want you to think about is, do you have an incredibly clear vision for the most important areas of your life? And have you identified the most important areas of your life? Do you have a clear vision? That's going to be incredibly important, because you're like, oh gosh, I really don't. Like, I want to have a good marriage, but I'm not really specific on what that means, or what I truly want, what I can do, how I can contribute. Maybe something with your career, like, I'm just kind of floating here and there, but I'm not really setting goals or things high enough. I don't have a strong vision of where I want to be in my career 2 years or 5 years out. All these different things matter. So I really want you to think about that. Take some time to think about that. One of the things it's almost like a superpower is the ability to think, and the ability to just slow down and take some time, maybe get a journal. This is my journal right here, which I love. It always helps kind of to get a cool journal. I don't know if that's cool, but you got the leather and stuff, and the special paper, and just be able to take the time to sit and to write and to reflect, and to then really kind of look forward of what it is that you're wanting to achieve in your life. So, all right. Hopefully that helped, guys. I appreciate it. And we'll get to the next mornings, mindset and motivation. Have a good day. Bye.